Hello friends, today we will be understanding how to create a dice game between two players by using Microsoft Excel. Many students have already asked me about creating a video on this particular practical, so that's why I'm recording this practical. So in this video we will be discussing a creation of dice based on this 9 by 9 scale or one 6 by 2 scale. So let's see in detail. So for creating a dice game we need the dot over that particular dice game, and hence we can insert a dot by using a command called character 149. So I have recorded another video for the character command where we have 0 to 256 characters in Excel, and we can include all the characters one by after the other by using this simple command of character 149. So by using character 149 we can have this dot, and then we can create this particular dice by using if loop. So let's see the creation of Excel in new file. So let us first take the character command. So equal to char and 149. So it will create a dot, filled dot, and you can increase its size. Now somewhere we need a random number generated for the player 1 and 2, because what should be the dice rotated. So the dice rotation always gives you a number between 1 to 6. So we need to create a random number. So we have already seen a random number generation is done by randbeetween command. So randbeetween, a minimum number has to be 1 and maximum number has to be 6. So this will create a random number for player 1. So let us write down player 1, and let's write down for player 2 another random number. So with the same command we will create a second random number, randbeetween 1, 6. So now we have two randomly generated numbers, and we need to create a dice for each player based on the number appearing for that particular player. So for that we need to understand the if command. So the standard function of if loop is like, it will be equal to if and then a logical test, after that true value and false value. So I have created a separate video of this particular if loop, and please go through that video to understand this logical test. So now we need to see the logical test on the randomly generated number. So we can select this particular number like D13, and if this D13, let's say greater than or smaller than any value, then we can have a dot to be appearing on this particular plane. So let me erase this first to understand or to explain you how we are creating the dots. So see here, now this dice is showing you one dot. So for one number the dot is at the middlemost cell. Likewise we have separated the dice in 9 cells, 1 2 3. Then this one is fourth cell, fifth cell, sixth cell, seventh, eighth, and nine. So all these 9 cell we need to fill out with the formulas. So let's see when a dot will appear on this particular dice. So for 2, 4, 3, 6, and 5. So for every number more than 1, we need to have a dot in this particular cell, so that we can incorporate by using if loop. So if the random number generated is greater than 1, then we should have dot. So dot is in A3 cell. So we will select A3, and otherwise we need a space. So for this space, we again need to give a inverted comma, double inverted comma, and close the loop. So this will create. So now see here we have 3. So for 3 we need a dot in the first cell. Again if we have 2 we need a dot, but if there is a 1, so dot will not appear. Likewise we need to create the cells. So suppose we need to create a if loop for the all these 9 cells. So first one we have created. Now for second one, suppose the two dots for number 2 are appearing in this cell and this cell. So nothing will be appearing in this particular cell. So no need to write down any dot or if loop for this cell. Let us see what will appear on this cell. So a dot for 1 will be appearing in the middlemost cell. Dot for 2 will be appearing for this cell and this cell. So like two corners of this diagonal. Dot for 3 will be appearing for all these diagonal elements. So dot for 4 will be like four corners of the box. So that's why 4 will have a dot in this particular cell. Again 5 will have and 6 will have. So we need to create if loop if this randomly generated number is greater than, let's say, 4 or 3, because 4 5 6 has a dot there. Then we can say A3 or space. So now for 4 5 6 it will show a dot. So let's try to simulate if we are working on a correct path. So for 2 it is showing a dot. So for 4 it is working. For 5 it is working. And 1 it will not show a dot. For 3 it is showing one dot. So this is working properly. Now let's see here for which cell we will have a dot here. So if we see for 1, the dot should appear in middlemost cell. For 2, it will be on this corner and this corner. For 3, it will be a complete diagonal element like these 3 cells. For 4, it will be 4 corners on each cell. For 5, it will be 4 corners and the middlemost part. So if you can imagine that this cell will have dot only for 6. So we can say if this random number generated is equal to 6, then, okay, I forgot to write out if this random number generated equal to 6, then a dot should appear like a true value, otherwise a false value. And same thing will appear for the symmetric cell. So again I will write down the same loop. If this is equal to 6, then A3, otherwise space. So let's try to simulate if it is working for 6 or not. So for 6 we have now these 4 cells ready. Now in this particular cell you need to think about when the dot will appear. Like for 1 it will be here, for 2 it will be on these 3 corners, for 3 it will be these 3 diagonal corners, for 4 we need a dot, for 5 need a dot, and for 6 we need a dot. So whatever formula we have applied in this cell, exactly same formula we can use for this particular cell. And same way, whatever formula we have used for this particular cell, same we can use for this cell. So now we have 2 ready because we are having 2 dots. Then we have 5 to be done because we have not mentioned the middlemost cell. Now see when the dot should appear for this particular cell. For 1, then for 3 and for 5. So here we cannot directly apply any loop. So we need to apply 3 sub loops. Like if this randomly generated number is equal to 1, then A3, comma, if second if loop, this randomly generated loop is equal to 3, then A3, and again the same randomly number generated is equal to 5, then A3. A3 is a dot, otherwise it should be a space. And we need to complete 3 loops. Okay, here we need if. So let's see now. For 2, we have a proper dice. For 1, we have a proper dice. For 3, correct. For 6, correct. 5, it is working. We left with the 4, and 4 is also. So in this way, you can simulate a dice. You can now set the alignments. You can increase the text size. So all dots will be red now. So this way we can simulate a dice. Now your task is to perform same operation for player 2, and then let me know if you have any queries regarding the dice simulation. Thank you for watching the video. Please like, share and subscribe.